All right, so here are NXT Takeover Phoenix predictions. The first match is Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno. I mean, I don't see it going any other way. I'm pretty sure Matt Riddle's going to win. Cassius Ohno he doesn't really have a high position in NXT. He's kind of just a guy that puts people over.
It's Dolph Ziggler. He's the buffer talent.
Yeah, basically. Like, he's probably never going to leave NXT ever. Like, he's one of those guys. I think
It's
Matt.
going to be a good match, though.
Oh, it's going to be a great match. I think Matt
Did
Riddle's
you see that one
definitely.
on NXT?
Yeah, I did see it. Yeah.
It was really good.
I also saw the
But
match with Cassius Ohno and Keith Lee. Did you see that one?
no, I heard that was good. Didn't Ono win?
Yeah, but he kicked. He pretty much pulled a Shinsuke Nakamura and hit him in the balls. That's how he won.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Well, it's good because Keith Lee doesn't look like a joke, right? Because
Yeah,
Keith Lee's another good one. Speaking of which, like, I noticed, like, looking at the card, like, okay, Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno, that's gonna be a good match. But there's so many guys in NXT that don't have a single match. Like, think of Adam Cole, think of Velveteen Dream. Like, they don't have a match, which I find weird.
Adam Cole is the one that I think he really should have a match on that card.
Like,
I don't know why he doesn't.
I'm sure he's gonna get involved in the tag match, but like, he's not gonna. Like, he deserves a match.
Even if he's just sitting on the sidelines, it's just he's too much of a main player to not have a match. Like it doesn't make sense to me. That's the one thing I don't like about this pay per view. I mean, which wasn't there another takeover that didn't have a match as well? Recently, it wasn't the last one. I think it was the one before that where he didn't have a match on the card.
Let me think. Well, Adam Cole, he was in the War Games match. I remember that. You're thinking, was he in Brooklyn? Let me think.
Let me check it right now.
I don't think he had a. Oh no, it was Ricochet versus Adam Cole in the takeover before, and that's when Adam Cole dropped the North American belt to Ricochet. So
Oh yeah, that crazy.
This is like the first takeover that he hasn't been in since he debuted, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I think they I think they just have nothing for him to do. I mean, they should have just had him and Velveteen, just give them a match.
They could have. I know he fought EC3 on TV. We could have put them in there for like 10, 15 minutes.
EC3's done with NXT. I know that.
Yeah, but I mean, the opening. That's going to be the opening. Matt Riddle.
Oh yeah.
And Chris Hero.
And then it's going to be so. We both agree Matt Riddle's winning, right?
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't win, well, he's winning. There's not if he's winning.
So the next match, which I think is honestly going to be the match of the night, it's probably going to be a better match than even like any match in the Royal Rumble, like Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. I think this is going to be the best match of the weekend. Ricochet versus Johnny Gargano. I'm really excited for that match, and I'm not sure who's going to win. I mean, I think it could go either way. What do you think?
Probably Ricochet. I don't think they're going to go Johnny Gargano because I still think DIY is going to come back together, and it wouldn't make sense for them to come together with both of them having single belts. I think Ricochet is going to get the win on this. And besides, it's too early. He only had maybe one. I think he only had one takeover defense against Adam Cole. No, that wasn't even a defense. That's when he won it.
Yeah.
So
I don't think
he's defended it on.
He's defended it on TV, I believe. Yeah.
But this is, I think, his first real defense.
I think his last defense was with Tyler Breeze, I believe. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. He's not losing. It's going to be a great fucking match, though.
It's going to be an amazing match, but yeah, I think Ricochet's going to come out top.
I don't think that's going to be the match of the weekend. I don't think so.
I do think it's going to be an amazing match. I mean, we'll talk about the other matches, and we're also going to do a Royal Rumble video also, but I think this is going to be an amazing match. I mean, they're two wrestlers with a similar style. They both got the high-flying style, and it's a fresh matchup, too. We haven't really seen Ricochet and Johnny Gargano, so it's going to be fresh, it's going to be new, and it's going to be exciting. I think this is going to be
Johnny's
the best match.
Johnny's working as a heel. Yeah.
I mean,
Johnny's the heel, too, which makes it better.
Yeah, and Johnny Gargano's the heel. It's great. So I think it's probably going to be a 5-star match. I mean, maybe not a Meltzer 5-star match because he's a little weird with his ratings.
Fuck Meltzer.
But
fuck Dave. No. Stop everything you're doing. Fuck Dave Meltzer. Okay, we can continue.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I
I mean, like, not to go on a tangent, but for fuck's sakes, dude is just his star rating system is what he's genuinely known for. It's just actually the most trash thing in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Continue. Forget it. It don't
So
matter.
I think part of me thinks Ricochet is gonna win, but the other part of me is kind of like, well, I think it would be awesome if Johnny Gargano won. I just want to see
Yeah,
what a heel Johnny Gargano would be like with a title. And it doesn't seem like Gargano or Ciampa, for that matter, is going to go to the main roster anytime soon. I think they're going to keep them in NXT for the next few months at least.
I don't. I wouldn't see the purpose of Gargano winning. You know, he hasn't even won. The only title he has won is the tag titles. I think that was one time.
Well, I
Other than
think
that,
this would
he
be the
hasn't won
time then to
anything.
give him a singles run. See
I
how
don't
it
think
goes.
so.
So I'm
I
gonna.
don't think so.
I think I'm just gonna officially go with Johnny Gargano.
No, I'm going with Ricochet. There's no reason to take it off of him. He's fucking babyface meat. There's absolutely no
I
reason
mean,
to take that
Ricochet is
title off.
amazing, but at the end of the, maybe you could just promote him to the upper card then in NXT, because you know they're gonna call up all these guys. They're gonna call up Adam Cole. They're gonna call up Aleister Black down the line. So Ricochet, just bump Ricochet up the card, and I think that will solve that problem.
Well, I
He doesn't need the
mean,
North American belt.
throwing in one of my predictions early, I think Aleister Black is going to be.
Well, hold
Uh,
on. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. We want to go up the card. We want to do it the right way. So, all right. So we have a
but no, I got.
different prediction.
Yeah,
You think Ricochet, I think Gargano. We'll see how it
yeah,
goes. I do think
definitely
maybe if
Ricochet.
Gargano wins, like what they can do, since they are teasing a DIY thing, like you're saying, and I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, which I don't want to do, but I mean, obviously those two matches are linked with each other in a way because it's Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. They're kind of hinting at a reunion. Maybe what could happen, like Ciampa scratches Gargano's back, and like he interferes in the match and costs Ricochet the match, and then maybe Gargano helps Tommaso in the main event. I don't know, but I think that might happen.
I don't think it's going to happen that way. I think it's going to be more of Ricochet gets a clean win, and Gargano helps Ciampa retain the title because Ciampa already helped Gargano when he was fighting Aleister Black in the steel cage.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be two interferences, and I think that's too much for a 2 hour show. I think two interferences would be a bit too much. I mean, it'll make sense, but I don't think it's going to go down like that. I think Ricochet is going to win, and I think he's going to win clean.
Okay. Well, I do definitely think if Gargano wins, it's not going to be clean, just because of how they book heel
Oh, of
versus
course.
face matches.
Yeah.
So there's that. Okay. Next match is Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong versus Hanson and Rowe of the War Raiders. I think it's interesting. Maybe the War Raiders are going to win. Actually, I kind of have that feeling. I don't know about you. I feel like they're gonna. I feel like they're gonna call up the Undisputed Era shortly.
I don't think they're going to win. I think Undisputed Era is going to drop the titles come WrestleMania time. I think the War Raiders are going to get screwed. If Adam Cole really doesn't have any type of main appearance on this card, Adam Cole is going to screw them. And it's going to lead into the official match at WrestleMania weekend. I think they're going to get the titles, and I think this is just too soon to put on them because they've only been on one takeover.
Yeah, I think you might actually be right. I think the Undisputed Era is going to win just because maybe the War Raiders. I also think maybe the War Raiders aren't like quite ready yet to like hold the division. But
I mean, if you think about it, there's the War Raiders. Take Undisputed Era out because they're going to be called up soon. Who else do they have? And you can't count DIY because we have no idea. So you have the War Raiders, Street Profits. I can't think of. I mean, obviously we're forgetting names, but I can't think of a significant tag team right now. So it's. I wouldn't see them giving it to the War Raiders yet. I think it's too soon.
Yeah, I think they're going to milk it out because, like, what would they do? They'd have the War Raiders win, and then it would just be a rematch against the Undisputed Era anyway at the next Takeover. So they might as well just hold it off. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I kind of
basically,
yeah.
Hold it off until then.
I'm kind of less excited for this match than the other ones because, I mean, I like the Undisputed Era and I like the War Raiders, but I don't know. I mean, it's nothing like a DIY versus Revival match, obviously.
I don't know. Have you ever watched a War Raiders tag match?
Yeah,
like a legit
they're
tag
good.
match from them?
They're good, but I don't know.
I really enjoy their work. I'm actually probably most excited for this match. Honestly, because Kyle O'Reilly I really love, but my one thing is that I kind of am annoyed about, and it's not really annoyed. It's more of just confused about is isn't Bobby Fish cleared?
Yeah, he is. I just think
So
what happened is that they had Roderick join the Undisputed Era, and they just kept having him because when remember when Roderick Strong, it was Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne versus Undisputed Era versus another team. I remember it was a triple threat tag
yeah, I
match,
remember that match, and they turned,
and he turned on Pete Dunne and he joined the Undisputed Era. That was also the same night I believe that Adam Cole won the North American title. Like it was a huge
which
night.
was which was a great
That
fucking
ladder match, yeah. But
That was a
what I'm
great
saying
match.
though is that they just been having Roderick Strong defend it for all that time. They had him join the Undisputed Era because of Bobby Fish's injury. Because like I said at that time, Adam Cole was the North American champion, so he couldn't defend with O'Reilly.
I would really like to see Fish in this match. I would really like to see Kyle O'Reilly because like Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly, there's nothing wrong with them. They're just as great, but I really enjoy Bobby Fish's work, and I think it would be cool to see him in there against the War Raiders.
Yeah, but it's gonna be O'Reilly and Strong. That's what they confirmed. Is they're gonna be the
You did?
Yeah, it's gonna be Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong.
I don't know. He's been put on the back burner a bit lately. Like even at that MSG show, I'm pretty sure he wasn't in it. In that match where it was the NXT dudes, it was a 5-on-5, and I'm pretty sure Bobby Fish was just on the outside of that too as well.
Yeah,
So I'm not sure what's going on
with
with
injuries.
that.
It can halt your career even when you come back. Like they have nothing to do with you anymore. Like they have nothing for you creative. So I don't know. Maybe they'll just kick. They could kick Bobby Fish out. I don't know.
No, I wouldn't. Well, if they get called up, which brand do you think they're going to?
Maybe Raw. Probably
Yeah.
Raw.
I don't know. If I had to think honestly, I wouldn't. Well, if they come up, they gotta attack like a main person. This is a group that you can't just call up and like they're gonna flop like how Finn did after 1 or 2 months and shit. Like this is a legitimate group. So if they're getting called up, they need to jump someone and they need to leave an impact.
Yeah, like a John
So it's
Cena
like
or someone like that. Yeah.
yeah, or even if they went to SmackDown, fought like an AJ and just beat the shit out of AJ, you know. So
Yeah.
as long as
So
I have high hopes for Cole.
so we both agree Undisputed Era then is going to retain.
Yeah, Undisputed Era is winning this for sure.
All right, so the second to last match on the card is for the NXT Women's Championship. It's going to be Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair. Who do you got on this one?
Shayna. She's another person where I don't see the need to take it off of her because she's just doing a great job. I mean, I'm not like the biggest fan of the women's division currently.
Yeah, it's
Honestly,
really gone downhill since like Bayley and Sasha left. It really hasn't
Yeah, I
been
mean,
the same.
there's nothing wrong with like the people that they have, but it's just it hasn't felt as important,
Yeah,
like main event
I
worthy.
agree.
But Bianca Belair is definitely going to be a big star.
Or I would say since Asuka left.
Yeah, when Asuka left is when really shit just went like downhill in my eyes, at least. But not in terms of the talent, because it's not the talent that they're missing. Because all of the talent, like Kairi Sane, is amazing. It's more of just the booking of it, in my opinion. I haven't found it as interesting.
Yeah, Dakota
I feel like
Kai,
it's been a little lazy.
The other ones, they're pretty good. But,
Yeah,
I
but-
think they're booking Shayna as like this dominant person.
She's either going to go up there and beat the shit out of Ronda, or she's going to go up there and be on Ronda's team. There's just no in between at this point. That's all. That's the only reason why I say she's going to win, because she's going to be so dominant. She's going up there eventually. I don't think after Mania though. I think they're going to milk it for a bit.
Yeah,
But
I don't think Bianca's ready yet.
uh,
That's my opinion.
well, I mean, yeah, but I could see her getting it eventually, but not now.
I feel
I
like
don't
she'd
think now's
be
right.
called up to the main roster before she'd get an NXT Women's title. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree.
All right, so
Shayna's definitely one.
Shayna, yeah, there's no question. She's probably gonna like beat the crap out of her too. It might be a little competitive, but not as competitive as like Shayna and Ember Moon, for example, or
No, not at all.
yeah,
Or what Kyrie saying, no, not at all.
or Kairi Sane rather. Sorry, that's what I meant. So here's the main event: Tommaso Ciampa versus Aleister Black. So what happened was on, I believe it was over the summer. Tommaso Ciampa had a title match against Aleister Black. And the way that Aleister Black lost the title, it wasn't clean. Gargano interfered in the match to to cost Ciampa the match, but instead he distracted Aleister Black, and then Aleister Black lost the belt, and then it was revealed that Johnny Gargano attacked Aleister Black with that whole angle. So, there's that whole thing. So, because they haven't had a clean match yet, this is going to be pretty interesting. I know they probably had Aleister Black drop the belt to do a program with Tommaso and Gargano. But,
I mean, honestly, I know this sounds weird because they're both such great workers.
Yeah.
But this is the match I'm the least excited about. I mean, I guess the second if you want to consider Shayna's match. But yeah. I just don't find this. They had a match on NXT, and it was really good. So I don't know why, but I don't find it exciting watching this match or just thinking about it. And then they're going to blow me away, I'm sure of it. They're going to fucking shove it down my throat and be like, this is probably the best match of the night. But I'm not like excited about it the way I was with the last pay-per-view main event or the Gargano and the Ciampa matches and stuff. I just feel like it's been dragged out. It's like, all right, they need to do this match to blow it off and just move on so Aleister can go to the main roster. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't really think there's a lot of substance to it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were going to have Tommaso Ciampa win the title so that they would actually have a match for the title, because the matches that they had earlier were just like street fights, remember, like unsanctioned, the matches between Gargano and Ciampa. So I thought they were going to just have a final match for the title, but this weird thing that they're doing with turning Gargano heel and like hinting at them reuniting makes me question the future, like what their direction is creatively.
I mean, you know what, but I don't mind predictability, because I don't think, as long as it's not bad, there's nothing wrong with things being predictable. Like WrestleMania 30, it was predictable that Daniel Bryan was going to win all matches and take the title. It was great, though. It was one of the best Manias of all time. But people bitch about it so much, they're not making it as predictable, which I can at least appreciate, because everyone just complains about it. But I actually have no idea. Like, I don't even want to predict what they're doing, because I don't even know if they're going to become a tag team, honestly. Like, what, they'll be a tag team for a minute or two, and maybe they'll fight. I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, they can come up to the main roster like a Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens type deal where they're just beating everyone up. They could always do that.
Yeah, but in terms of them being on NXT, they're both too big to go back to the tag team division.
Yeah.
Like, they're now solidified as top NXT single stars, so
that would be amazing, though, if a heel DIY came up and they were fighting like the New Day or the Usos.
Yeah, SmackDown's tag team division's not bad. It's good.
Raw's
it's
division
getting stale.
Is terrible. Oh my god.
Raw's division's gonna die once the revival leaves, but that's a
we'll
different
talk
subject.
about that more in our Royal Rumble prediction, because they'll have a few title matches there. But yeah, I think, I'm not sure. I mean, part of me feels like Tommaso Ciampa's probably going to retain, but Aleister Black could regain it because they've been building up it so much with him being injured and coming back. And remember, he never lost the title clean, so they might have Aleister win. It really depends on, if they want Aleister to come to the main roster anytime soon, then he's not going to win. If they want DIY to the main roster soon, then Aleister Black's going to win. So
I think Aleister Black is coming as soon as possible.
So I think Tommaso Ciampa is going to retain.
Tommaso's definitely going to retain, and to be honest with you, the thing is, Aleister's run was very, very disappointing. Like, not in terms of, I don't know, even, well, if you think about it, who would he fight? He fought Lars, right? He won it from Andrade.
Yeah, Andrade, Cien Almas.
I think he defended it against Andrade. I'm going to find out right now.
I think that's who he won it from, right? Because Andrade beat Drew McIntyre, remember?
Yeah, and then he won it from him, but I don't know if he defended it against. I can't even remember his championship run.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah, he defended it against him, and then after that he defended against Lars, and then he lost. Yeah. And he wasn't the main event either. I'm looking at it right now.
Tommaso's had a good run so far. I mean, that match with Velveteen Dream was pretty good.
Yeah, no, that was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. But Aleister Black, I expected more from the run. But I mean, like, I can't really talk shit about him not main eventing, because, to be honest with you, the Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa matches are more important. So it wasn't like it's not like his fault. But even then, it was just like, all right, I kind of don't want to see it again. Like, I'd rather him just go on to move something new.
Mm-hmm.
So, which early prediction? I'm throwing it out there already. I know we're not at the Royal Rumble, at least the men's Royal Rumble match, but he's coming in
Yeah.
for
I
certain.
mean, we know for sure people from NXT are definitely going to come up like they did last year.
It's definitely him.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that more in depth in the future. But is that it with NXT? Do you have anything else to add?
I mean, I guess like the general consensus is like I think it's going to be a good pay per view.
Mm-hmm. But the booking's not going to be as surprising as people may want it to be. Is that what you're saying?
I don't even think surprising. I don't believe it's going to be one of the better NXTs. But you know what? I
Yeah.
mean, which we said that though when we went to the takeover in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Was it Brooklyn 4? No, it was Brooklyn 3 we went to.
Brooklyn 3. Yeah.
We both said it was an underwhelming card, and then we walked away low key blown away. So I don't know.
Yeah, it was an amazing show. Definitely.
It was. It wasn't like the best takeover. I mean, we just great Johnny Gargano versus Andrade. So I mean, it's going to be a good card. It's going to be a good card. I'm looking forward to it. Not really the main event, but everything else I'm pretty excited for.
Yeah, we went to Takeover, and we are going to WrestleMania this year.
That is very exciting.
We just got the tickets, so it's
We
going to be
get to
amazing.
see Undertaker's entrance. So we saw Undertaker come out and get speared by Roman, which was fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, we went to that. Yeah.
But now we get to see Undertaker's entrance live. That's a thing.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's a thing.
Well, we'll talk about that more as the months go by. But that's pretty much it with NXT Takeover Phoenix, and we're gonna do a Royal Rumble prediction very soon. So stay tuned for that.